Hey everyone, it's Dinah, and we are back for a new week's The Last of Us. A new week, new Last of Us, a new episode of emotional, presumably of emotional conflict and emotional trauma and everything. I think last, I mean, we had a tiny bit of a break last week, with the exception being the argument that Ellie and Joel had in the bedroom that they actually adapted from the game and everything, and I think that was somewhat as far as we got. Also, the ending where Joel got stabbed by a raider, and then he was actually profusely kind of bleeding out from that to the point where he got pale, and then he actually just passed out and collapsed off the horse, and Ellie and him were just kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and she just kind of like was anxiously trying to wake him up, and he wouldn't, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, don't know if we're going to be jumping straight back into that, or if we're going to be having something else this week. Because I think it does. I think that there have been rumors that it would be a good, kind of like a good place to actually kind of hold the tension there, and then have something else in. Because then we're still meant to have Left Behind in this season, and I think now like I'm already kind of like I'm over halfway through over into this season already. I think we haven't actually had Left Behind yet, so I think it would be kind of be good to have that sooner rather than later. So if they're going to do it now, then it would kind of hold that tension in place and give Ellie herself a chance to shine. But if not, then maybe that'll be next episode or something. So I don't know. But either way, so we had that kind of stuff last episode. So I think, most of that stuff was actually adapted from the first game. But then we had like a few things here and there kind of adapted from the second game too. Like actually going to Jackson, going to Jackson, Wyoming, the community of communists there of people who've actually banded together and actually found a way to actually kind of make kind of their own lives kind of actual livable again in kind of comparison to the way things were before, like actually having like an actual settlement and having resources and actually running somewhat of like an actual society reminiscent of pre-outbreak day society and everything. So that was cool. And we met Tommy in the present day and everything. Married to Maria and everything, and he's got a child of his own on the way too. So that's cool. So we met Tommy and Maria, and they kind of took Joel and Ellie in and freshened them up, and then kind of gave them food and everything and stuff. And we had like a quite the kind of emotional on different levels kind of reunion with Tommy and Joel too, like them two kind of talking about what was and what will be and what could be and everything, and even to the point where Joel kind of like actually Joel spent the episode actually having periodic kind of panic attacks and everything, worrying about Tommy to begin with, and then worrying about Ellie, and worrying about his future, and worrying about her future, and worrying about what might happen and everything, to the point where he actually begged Tommy to actually take her to the Fireflies himself and stuff, because then Joel was just too worried that given his kind of much older, much more kind of human and kind of growing and gradually increasing kind of fragile state too, he just would not be able to keep up with the kind of dangers of the world, and he would mess up and get himself hurt or get Ellie hurt or something, and he just wouldn't be able to protect her like he wants to. So then he was going to beg Tommy to, but then by the end of it, especially after kind of heated conversation they had in the bedroom, he gave Ellie the choice, and then she chose him as expected. Who else was she going to choose? So yeah, then after that they were reunited. So it was a good episode actually, kind of like having some kind of emotional kind of clarity and stuff between Joel and Tommy, and Joel and Ellie too, actually kind of sorting things out between them, and actually kind of solidifying exactly what the relationship is between them and everything. Especially like in the same episode that like his kind of feelings of loss and grief for Sarah after all these years were actually kind of heightened and increased, and him kind of missing her were increased and everything. So now he's dealing with having like a new teenage girl in his life after all these years and everything. So seeing him deal with that was interesting. A 3 month kind of time jump since Henry and Sam was also in that time. I think that time also kind of helped kind of significantly, because then in that time Joel and Ellie had also actually been together, and they'd been surviving, and they'd been kind of tracking and actually and making their way out west to find Tommy's job. I think in that time, I think it's been kind of Ellie's kind of said that Joel kind of has been teaching Ellie some stuff, he taught her how to keep watch and everything, even though he he doesn't want her to have to, but then he still taught her how to like do the basic stuff and how to track and how to do different things and everything. So I think going forward, I think it is especially in kind of Joel's kind of weakened state, in Joel's weakened state that he's in now because of his injury too. I think it would be interesting to see like how much of that Ellie will be able to use to actually look after him and to essentially look after them both and everything, to gather resources and to hunt and to, you know, like get them to shelter and everything where people hopefully won't find them or anything. So it'll be cool to see how that happens. But then I think that time spent together alone kind of showing Joel that like Ellie is actually worthy of actually kind of having time and care and actual shelter, actually invested in her for more than just her being the cure, like because he actually wants to see her safe and he actually does care about her. However kind of much effort and time it might take for him to actually admit that out loud, you know, he does care about her and everything. So seeing him do so in his own way is really sweet and everything. So yeah, and they made it to the University of East Colorado, I think it was, that Tommy pointed them to and everything, and there was like a Firefly symbol on one of the maps and everything too that kind of showed that they had been there, but then that was before and everything. So then there was another map that had all the pins pointing towards Salt Lake City. I think was it Ohio or Utah? I can't. Salt Lake City, Ohio sounds like it rings more of a bell than Utah, but I don't know if there also is one in Utah, so I don't know. But either way, Salt Lake City, it must be where they moved to if they have better stuff there, or if they just kind of found the new places to set up shop or anything or something. So before the Raiders attacked, I think that's where they actually kind of contemplated going. So now, with Joel in his state, I think Ellie has to actually at least wait somewhat of a while. So it'll be cool to see what happens when we do jump back into that story, if that's going to be in this episode or next episode. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. So yeah. But yeah, for the most part, I think that is all I've actually got from the last episode. So on to episode number 7 of The Last of Us. Let's go. Oh, did she seek shelter at a trail of blood? Is that Joel's blood? It's a very easy trail of blood to follow too. Don't feel the best about it. Oh, she's trying to heal him up. She's actually trying to heal him up. Oh, pressure on the wound, right? Pressure on the wound.
You gotta help me. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Leave. You go north. You go to Tommy.
Oh, go back to Tommy. Go back to Tommy. This is exactly what he was afraid of. He's regretting this already. I mean, to be fair, this isn't really worse. This one isn't worse than the game, right? Because in the game, he was fully impaled and stuff. And then he had to be pulled off of it, so this isn't as bad as that one, right? Oh, please don't die all open-eyed on us. Please don't die or pass out open-eyed. Don't do that. Oh, God. Oh. She has no med kit either. She's got no way to patch him up. Just...
I don't want to fight about it.
You don't fight. Just your friend fights. She's not here anymore, is she?
No, her friend, her gal pal. Well, damn. Well, look at that. Ellie fights too. Inspiration from her friend. Yeah. You mention her friend, then it's all hands on deck. Yeah, fists and feet go flying. Yeah.
I care because no matter what anyone out there says or thinks, we're the only thing holding this all together.
FEDRA isn't exactly, you know, the best example of a new world order.
Can I have my Walkman back?
It's good they can actually have like a Walkman instead of like actually succumbing to like an iPod or something. Aha! Take on! Aha! Ella James, Mortal Kombat, yeah? Oh, already just such cool little, you know, Easter eggs. Oh, that's cool. Whoa. Oh, is this her? Is this the friend? Is this the friend? The gal pal? Oh, it's an interesting way to wake your gal pal up. Oh!
Riley, where have you been?
Hello, Riley. Good to finally meet you.
It was a joke, okay? I thought it would work better. In my mind, loved it. Who gave you the black eye?
Tell me where you were.
Give me a name and I'll fuck 'em up.
It was Bethany.
Damn, get you a best friend like Riley.
I joined the Firefly.
Oh, fuck you. I'm not in the mood for this, Riley. I'm really not in the mood.
She
You're a
joined the Fireflies.
Firefly? Jesus. 2 a.m. and in a few hours I have drill.
Can't lie, I kind of love the height difference. I don't know if there was a height difference in the game, but I kind of love it here. Yeah.
So stupid.
Also, yeah, Storm Reid. Yeah, she played Rue's sister on Euphoria, and I think Bloodsport's daughter in the Suicide Squad too. So, very excited to see how she does in this.
I don't know. Should I trust you?
Of course you should, with your life.
Dead guy.
Is he dead?
If he jumps right now, I swear to fucking Christ. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, that's inherently terrifying.
Your sick kind of made me swear not to let other people handle my sidearm.
Not to handle my sidearm because I'm such a fucking firefly.
So she would have held a gun before then, with Riley at least. Yeah.
It's heavy.
Just those 5 seconds, yeah. You can hold the alcohol, that's fine, yeah.
Being stealthy like I am. And this chick popped out of nowhere.
Not so stealthy
like
though.
our age? No, like 40 or 50.
Marlene.
Whatever, anyways, old.
Marlene.
Said she was impressed watching me sneak
Sounds
around.
like Marlene, yeah. Marlene spotting potential in youths.
In a way, FEDRA kind of holds everything together.
They make it look that way. It's more about order for them than it is about stability. Oh, rooftop parkour. Well, very basic rooftop parkour, yeah. Just jumping over ledges. I know, like, one of those would have me tripping. I would trip over the edge of one of these at least, yeah. I would manage maybe 2, and then one of them would have me tripping up. Because 2 would fill me with, like, an overconfidence.
You out of your fucking mind? They sealed that place off for a reason. It's full of infected.
I'm all full of infected. How could this possibly go wrong, Or did they just tell people it was sealed off to try and scare them? So maybe tell people it's sealed off and then they probably won't bother trying, unless you're one of these two.
Are you gonna kill me? This seems like a perfect place to do it.
Oh, I'm aware.
Whoa, 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 oh, the mall. This is it. Let there be light. Damn. There's an arcade, I think, over there.
You saw outside. It's like a big bunker. No one can see shit but us.
They're not gonna even see some kind of ambient glow or anything.
The 4 wonders of the mall.
The 4 wonders. Oh, bring it in.
No way. Electric stairs?
Oh, electric stairs.
Escalator?
Electric stairs, escalator.
No way. I'm not moving. So this is the first wonder, right?
The first one, the escalators, yeah.
5 wonders in this mall.
Five wonders, yeah. No, Ellie decides the wonders. Ellie decides what the wonders are.
My mom said when the outbreak happened,
A Foot Locker.
the stuff that's gone is the stuff that people needed the most, or...
Sneakers.
Yeah, shoes.
And not soap.
Well, I mean, you'd be walking a lot more than you'd actually have access to running water, to be fair. Oh, a Victoria's Secret. Oh.
Do you need me to explain it to you?
Lingerie. No one would steal lingerie.
Looks uncomfortable.
I mean, how often would you need to keep things
Nothing, I was
spicy
just
during the
trying to imagine
apocalypse?
you wearing that?
Shut up.
All right.
Imagine if Joel and Tess came across this.
Ellie. I'm on my way.
Making sure you look nice for Riley. Hmm? Oh, a thingamabobbly that goes round and round. Like I can't. Not a carousel. Is it a carousel? I don't think this. No, it's not a carousel. Well, it's the thing that goes round. Everyone knows this. Yeah, it's the thing that goes round and plays music and shit. Yeah. It is a carousel. Carousel music plays. It is a carousel. Yeah. Thought the carousel was one that was like vertical and stuff, like an actual wheel. Oh, Ellie Williams.
You know what Quan gave me? Sewage detail.
So he gave her the mug. The mug was the
Standing
shitty
guard
option.
while people shovel shit.
Yeah, the
That's what they
grunt.
think of me.
Did he give her the same choice? Like actually choose the cup or the keys?
You know, you're the one thing I miss from that fucking place. If that makes a difference.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does.
No?
It does. It does. So what's that? Oh, a photo booth? Is that a TARDIS?
Come on.
Is it secretly a TARDIS? Or technically a time machine, yeah. Just, slices of real time frozen on Polaroid paper. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, get ready. Yeah.
Okay. Bunny ears?
Wait.
Back to back.
Back to back, yeah.
Just Gary.
Okay.
Oh, God, they're so
Okay,
cute.
yeah. Get off.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, it's all faded and shit now.
That one's not bad.
Oh. So the more pictures they took, the more... I think maybe because it hasn't been used in a while then. Because it's, yeah.
Listen.
I thought that was infected, I can't even lie. I was like, why are you so calm? That sounds like people growling. But no, it's the arcade. It's the arcade. Again, I feel like this sound is going to end up drawing the infected. Like, that's something you're not fully taking into account.
This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Again, this is one hell of a date night arranged by Riley. Yeah. They have Mortal Kombat here. Oh, they have Tetris! They have Tetris! And there's also a Tetris movie coming out with Taron Egerton, I think. I saw the trailer for that the other day. Attack from Mars, whoa. Daytona, USA, make tracks. Oh, look at that. Riley, you genius.
Yeah, I'm the same asshole that spent an hour yesterday breaking this fucker open.
So she did come here yesterday, actually preparing everything then. Actually, probably, hopefully casing the place out and everything. Yeah. Oh, they have that popcorn's probably expired by now, if it's not been stolen.
Raiden. Fuck yeah.
Raiden, oh nice. Raiden and Melina, okay, Raiden versus Melina.
Smash the buttons.
There's so
Just
many of
button
them.
smashing. Smash all of them. Oh, she ate him and choked out his bones. Nice. What's this? What's this zoom out? Why are we zooming out? Oh, infected! Woven into the wall. Oh no, and the cordyceps. Is the cordyceps gonna wake up? Is the cordyceps is linked, right? Everywhere? You touch it in one place, it wakes up in another. So if the cordyceps wakes up in one place, is it gonna wake up in other places too? God, again, this is all so loud. This is all so loud.
Oh. Come on. Next thing.
Oh, she wanted to kiss her. She wanted to kiss her so badly. I think, she's waiting and she's anxious about waiting. She's anxious about doing it. Oh, God.
Is it a water pistol?
Better.
Better. Is it a dinosaur?
Possibly.
I mean,
Is it 2 water pistols?
wait.
Macho
Is it
nacho.
tacos?
The food is gonna be expired, Ellie. Like. Oh, they have a Subway though. Ooh. Oh. Volume 2.
Shut up. They made a second one?
Oh, so she's already read Volume 2 before she met Joel then, so the one she found was just another copy?
What did the frustrated cannibal do?
Lay it on me.
He threw up his hands.
What did the triangle say to the circle? You're so pointless.
Oh, good one. Good one.
How does a computer get drunk? It takes screenshots.
Oh, yeah. It annoys me I can't really guess any of these because they seem...
Okay, give it.
Screenshot. Oh, yeah, you would, yeah, okay. It seems so obvious when you say it, but then not getting it off the bat just seems, yeah. Whoa. Bombs? Pipe bombs? Oh.
Did you make these?
Oh, no.
To kill soldiers?
Oh.
You didn't find this mall, did you? They posted you here.
We would never use them on you or anywhere ever near you.
Right, and you think they're gonna listen to you?
Ellie, I'm leaving.
Leaving? Oh, is that why this night was
Sending
here?
you to a post in the Atlantic QC.
Ah, so that's what this night was all about then. Her last night in this city.
And I wanted to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, cool. Oh, did the infected find her? No, the infected found her. Oh!
What the
Oh, fuck. No, that's not cool. That is not cool. That is not cool. No, that is not cool. No, that is not cool. Not cool, Riley. Not cool. This is the fifth one. This is fifth. Fuck this.
Relax.
I guess I was stupid.
That just.
Maybe the Fireflies aren't what I think they are, but they chose me. I matter to them.
You matter to me first.
Nate's not over yet.
God, that fucking statue gave just made
One
me
last
shit
thing.
bricks. This is I do not want you guys to be here. Okay, this is not a good place to be. Just stress levels are up here right now already. This is not a good place to be. I got you, babe. Etta James. Too much noise, but it's great music, so part of me will let it slide. Dancing Pennywise. Yeah. Just let it loose. Let it fly for what little time you have. Just let it loose.
I got you, baby. I got you, baby.
What?
Is she gonna do it?
Don't go.
Is she gonna do it?
Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, their first kiss.
For what?
Oh, their first kiss. Oh. Oh, they're so cute. So goddamn cute. Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Get ready to run.
Run very, very fast. Oh, yeah, infected. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, oh, sugar. Oh, there's no way it's just that one either. Could it have woken up? Oh, no. Oh, shit, she's out. Oh, Riley's out as well. Riley's out. Oh, God. Oh. Go for the head, Ellie. Go for the head. Oh, come on, Riley. Oh, nice hit. Oh, good. Oh, no, oh, there we go. Yeah, nice one. Saving your girlfriend. Nice one. Oh. What happened? Oh, Ellie's bite. Oh, her first bite. Ellie's first bite. And wait, does she know she's immune?
No!
She doesn't know she's immune, does she? And Riley's oh fuck, okay, and Riley's bite. Riley's bite. Oh. Oh fuck. Well, we know Riley's we know Ellie's immune. We know Ellie's immune. God, you got chills, Joel. I got chills too. Yeah. I got the chills too. I think that's the interchange it's doing. It's actually showing her on the verge of actually losing yet another person in her life. The first time she lost someone, and now the next time she actually is gonna lose someone.
What are you talking about, Ellie? It's over. But not yet.
24 hours.
It ends this way for everyone sooner or later, right? Whether it's 2 minutes or 2 days. I don't want to give that up.
Spend your final hours together.
We can just be all poetic and shit, lose our minds together.
Oh, he's still there. He's still there. Joel's still there. Oh, God. Ugh. Yeah, this ain't fun. This ain't fun. But she will be damned if she loses anyone else in her life that she cares about. She'll be damned. Gosh. Oh, is that the end? Is that the end? Oh, I was just getting wrapped up. Is that the end? Oh, gosh, that's the end. Oh, gosh, that was... Oh, damn. Wow. Wow, HBO. Wow. Very well done. Very well done. So yeah, damn. I did not think, I don't know if it felt short, if the ending just happened earlier. I think it felt like an episode with like a decent and appropriate length too. But I think it probably like the actual cutoff actually happened sooner and like a lot quicker than I expected and everything. I did not think. I love how they paced it with this one. I think with this one, the main kind of portrayal of that that kind of story dynamic being like her losing her first love versus actually fighting so hard to actually kind of save the most recent and the newest person that she's come to love and care for. And stuff, albeit in like a different way, but still like the first time she lost someone she loved, and I think she was next to power to stop it, and I think it's even worse because I think that first fight happened when she before she knew she was immune. I think she did not know she was immune until she met Marlene, and then I think even then, up until then, the biggest shock to her was the fact that she actually managed to survive those first day or two, to survive that first day or two at all, and the fact that she didn't turn her, and then also she didn't even feel worse as time went on either. So then for her nothing was happening for her. The infection never started, it never happened or anything. So with her, she just had to watch Riley turn and then probably had to put her down. I can't even remember it. I can't even remember if the game actually covered that or if actually kind of showed what she did with Riley. Maybe I feel like knowing that it's Riley, I feel she, on the one hand, she probably wouldn't have it in herself to actually kind of put Riley down like that. So then she might just kind of outrun her and then actually just leave her locked in the mall with any other infected that there might be and everything. Yeah, no, I think it happened before she knew she was immune. So then she was fully expecting to actually lose her life and to actually lose herself along with Riley and everything. So the fact that it didn't happen and she had to watch someone that she had to watch someone that she loves go through something like that alone and stuff. Even compared to Sam as well. I mean, with Sam she knew, but then with Sam, because she knew she was immune, she thought there might even be the slightest chance that she could actually try and save him. But then there wasn't. So. But then even Joel, being even Joel kind of being shown in the opening to actually kind of be to be living out his actual worst fear come to life. He had dreamt of this, and he his worst fear was failing again in his waking life and everything. Failing to protect Ellie, failing to save Ellie, failing to be there for her and everything. Because then in this state, there's next to nothing he can do without a decent adrenaline rush or something to actually kind of save her or to fight for her or something. And then otherwise she's gonna have to fight for herself. And that's one of the last things that he wants her to have to do and everything. So yeah, because then there was a trail of blood along the snow leading to the house and everything. So I'm guessing that might lead to someone actually finding them if they actually find the trail of blood, or if the other raiders actually manage to pick up on their scent or something, then they might find the trail of blood, or those kind of parallels of Ellie kind of being stuck in that loop of actually kind of feeling like she's actually losing people time and time again. But now with Joel, it's like that kind of toll, but that kind of death toll. But then also the fact that it's Joel is actually what's actually fighting her to keep looking and to search for anything that might help, and to actually kind of to actually find some way of actually trying to help him and trying to save him and everything. So yeah, they covered Left Behind. This episode was Left Behind, and again from the get go, yeah, I'm just gonna clarify it and just point out right now, next to Bill and Frank's episode 3 story, yet another beautiful queer love story from The Last of Us. You know, actually showcasing Ellie being, yes, a lesbian in love with a girl, her best friend, and everything. Her first love being Riley, and everything. So that is the inescapable truth, and the beautiful and warm and wholesome truth as well, as shown by this episode. Like they are two girls who are genuinely in love with each other, who are genuinely connected, and have a great connection, have a great kind of ongoing friendship that's then progressed to what it is being a relationship and everything. And showing something like that in this time, in this place, in this setting, in this kind of new world and everything that is kind of ironically kind of controlled still by FEDRA is a beautiful thing and everything. And even the fact that their connection and their kind of connection to each other and their love and their kind of missions towards each other kind of, you know, transcend anything given to them by the Fireflies or FEDRA or anyone else. The fact that like they themselves actually want to be able to spend that time together, to actually be together, and to actually kind of like make the most of whatever time they have left, especially with Riley kind of actually saying that like this was her last night in Boston before the Fireflies moved her out to Atlanta and everything. So then she actively wanted to make those kind of final few hours of the morning, or like the late night or whatever, her wanted to make those final few hours actually mean something and make it worthwhile and everything. Because I think deep down, I think even if she hadn't gotten bitten, even if they hadn't gone down that path, I think she just deep down just didn't really know like how long it would be or when it would be that she would actually see Ellie again. So then she obviously wanted to make this the best possible kind of goodbye for her. But then of course like the withholding of information and even the manipulation of the truth of like the fact that she'd actually been posted there by the Fireflies in the mall, building pipe bombs and staking out the area and just kind of scoping it out and being there like as part of like an outpost kind of thing isn't obviously the best thing either. Wasn't without its own tensions and its own kind of drama arising, but still I think deep down at its core, Ellie and Riley's kind of relationship is something built on actual, you know, kind of some semblance of actual trust and actual kind of love and connection, and both of them kind of being the only two people who would actually kind of fall for each other and everything, you know. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a really beautiful thing, and I think it did feel like there was some stuff that they actually kind of chose maybe not to incorporate into this from the actual kind of from the game itself. But I think for the most part, what they nailed here was the actual story and the relationship and the chemistry. Like Bella and Ellie, Bella Ramsey and Storm Reed as well. Like their chemistry for this one was off the fucking charts. I just couldn't help but just smile and giggle at them just all day long. Just they both just get along so well, and they actually just played off of each other so well, and they played Ellie, I was about to say Ellie and Riley's kind of relationship so well, and their connection and like and even their connection with the actual kind of history between them being as kind of scattered as it was, like with her having left and not come back for like 3 weeks and everything. You know, even the other girl, even wasn't there like Bethany like taunting her about it too, like, oh, your friend is the one who fights for you, but then she's not even here, so then what are you gonna do now? And then that kind of being the thing that prompted her to give her a kind of hook to the face and everything, and giving her like, I think it's like 15 stitches, so I don't know if it was just one really good punch or if it was actually just like one punch we saw, but then even afterwards she actually kind of got her pinned onto the ground and did like a ground pound type of thing. So I don't know, but either way, there's no kind of guarantee that it was more of like an actual silent thought of the other kids, or like if they just kind of faced any kind of judgment for what happened, or like for what they had between them. Because then again similar to, I think with episode 3, I think there was no homophobia or any kind of like a hatred like that within the story, because it was literally just Bill and Frank living by themselves in their own isolated town and everything. So there was that. So because of that, it was able to actually kind of focus on their love and everything. But with this one, I think with this one, they didn't show it either, but I feel like, especially like in the time and place that this is in, you've got a lot more to worry about. You got a lot more important stuff to worry about than what other people are doing with their own lives and how they're living with their life and who they are and who they love and all that kind of stuff. So then again, it still kind of makes a lot more sense that like that kind of hopefully wouldn't be as much of an actual problem to deal with and everything. So I think in the game, I think I don't remember it happening anywhere other than part 2, like in that flashback in Jackson and everything with Dinah and everything. It was like that one guy. and stuff. But then that's the only time I actually remember it happening. So there was that. With this one, I think it felt like it actually just genuinely had more to do with like Bethany, at least, kind of like thinking that like Ellie was was little threat, or like little to worry about without Riley by her side and everything, you know, because then Riley's on her. She's like, even her finding out that, even her seeing that like Ellie has a black eye. So I think that then means that like Bethany actually fought back, or at least tried to, and everything. So there's that, but then her being to tell me who gave you the black eye and I'll fuck him up, simple as that. So even then, like, she's actually willing to actually fully kind of defend herself, and then like out and proudly defend Ellie and everything. So again, that kind of like quintessential kind of Riley and Ellie kind of relationship is actually put on full display, and seeing how protected they are of one another, but then seeing how bickery and bantery they also are with one another is like it feels so real and feels so genuine too. Like, hey, you like, I can insult her, but no one else can. So like that kind of chemistry between them. So yeah. Riley kind of knowing and admitting that like FEDRA is like an actual like a fascist kind of like government kind of division that is now left to actually take over the world, but then they were the ones who actually took up the charge when the world fell down. Like the actual kind of the what remained of the government that was taken down, I think, by FEDRA, and then they took over over what was left and everything. But then even like their order, their rules, their regulations, like their ways of doing things are still very, very kind of like reminiscent of like of everything that was still wrong with the old world and everything. So like they're not much better, but then they're just the ones in control and actually kind of like making you do things in exchange for like shelter and like work. And I can't help but wonder if Marlene actually recruited her because she knew who she was, or because she actually just kind of like saw her being. Because I think from Riley's point of view, it was like her being stealthy and her being able to maneuver her way back to FEDRA without being found, kind of was what then actually probably impressed Marlene. And then she came out of nowhere and she actually kind of, you know, go in touch with her and everything. But then I can't help but wonder like if she actually saw her potential as like just as herself, or if she actually knew that she had some kind of connection to Ellie or something. If she did, then it makes her kind of recruitment of Riley kind of like that much more ominous, because then I think because then it's just a way for her to somewhat be able to keep an eye on Ellie without actually kind of having to step too close to FEDRA or anything like that. So it just kind of feels ominous. But I think it also then shows that like again, Marlene is actually just like that clever enough to actually kind of stay ahead of the game and the curve and everything every step of the way, and to actually kind of like be aware of everything and to know everything. Riley does like genuinely believe that the Fireflies are actually kind of like doing a better job, if a bit more hastily, with like the pipe bombs and everything, compared to FEDRA. So with Ellie, I think she can definitely she's wise enough to kind of admit that FEDRA's a load of shit and everything, and it's just yet another kind of fascist kind of government kind of division, kind of like trying to maintain control of what's actually left. But then still she's kind of like conflicted enough about the Fireflies and like what she sees about them and what she hears about them. Or what she hears and sees about them would be what she hears through FEDRA, and I think FEDRA would go to absolutely any length whatsoever to actually vilify them and point them out to be some kind of terrorist group or something like that. So hearing that Riley is a part of them kind of could like actually definitely brings her shock. But then I think maybe down the line they actually kind of could easily also start to make her wonder like, you know, like could there be any truth to what the Fireflies are doing? Could there be any value to it? Like could it actually be real that they're actually fighting for the people compared to FEDRA fighting the people and everything? So it's just a good kind of display of like both of them being from these two different kind of like kind of boundaries, and actually kind of having to kind of, you know, maintain each other and maintain themselves in this kind of world and everything. So. But then, yeah, she had a Walkman, so I think I actually really, like, I think I actually appreciate that all the more because of how little she knows about the world before, like, because her not recognizing Linda Ronstadt. I think she only knew of Wham and Wake Me Up Before You Go, because she actually looked in the actual songbook to. Well, I think I don't know if they actually had a songbook for her to listen into, or if she actually just kind of heard it on her thing before, if she heard it on her Walkman before, but I don't know. But I think either she looked in the songbook or she actually knew it from before, because she did have some actual classic tapes on the Walkman. She had Take On Me by Aha. She had that, so I think I love and had that playing in the background and everything. That was a really cool touch. So she actually does listen to that as well, and I think she also listens to Pearl Jam. She listens to Pearl Jam. So I think that, I actually just looked it up like a few minutes ago. So I think that is an actual 90s band. That's a 90s band. So can't remember what she was listening to, what song, but she also listened to Pearl Jam. She does still know and listen to good music, and arguably great music and everything. But then yeah, I think Linda Ronstadt, I think that's I don't. Well, was Linda Ronstadt 70s or 80s? I think 70. I think she was 70s. There is definitely something to admire and appreciate about the fact that she still uses a Walkman, and she still kind of listens to older music, and she still kind of is aware of that kind of stuff and everything. And she's even into arcade games. I think a lot of her kind of interests are slightly kind of more vintage and retro and actually older and everything. And stuff, which again, it kind of like shines a nicer light on her kind of still kind of like not immediately understanding every last thing, every last detail about the world, especially like right before the outbreak and the apocalypse and everything. So it's a nice touch. It's kind of nice to see like her kind of having like that kind of, all of that kind of be a part of her personality and be a part of her interest and everything, and like her being into dinosaurs and space and everything too. So yeah, it's cool. They did also have like an interesting kind of analysis on Luther's kind of choices in the episode when they're actually walking past the shops and seeing exactly what people stole. And I think even Riley kind of clarifying that people kind of like stole what they thought they would need going down the line and everything. And then Ellie kind of pointing out, so okay, so people thought they would be desperate for shoes and clothes and all that kind of stuff, but then no one thinks to actually take the soap or the anything at all related to hygiene and everything. So on the one hand, like, take what you can actually carry, because then if you end up carrying too much and you drop more than half of it, then it's just fucking pointless, and someone else is going to get it anyway, so then there's that. But then also, like, I think also part of the point of looting it, especially in this kind of context, would be that people would also be killing each other for stuff too, so then, you know, I want to say the thought of someone actually being killed over a pair of shoes is crazy, but then depending on the people, there's that. But I don't know if anyone actually would be killing people with soap or anything, but carrying that around with you in whatever quantity, and rarely, if ever, actually going to be able to actually have access to an adequate amount of running water would be the issue, because then it's not the best idea to shower in rainwater, but then, you know, unless you actually find a house where the plumbing system intact and the plumbing works and doesn't just break down on you. If it breaks down on you, then you're fucked as well. So people would definitely kind of want to be able to keep up with their personal hygiene, but then the actual kind of chance to be able to do that would not be the best. Like even with Joel and Ellie, like if they're lucky, they can have a shower every kind of few months at most. So, you know, like they've only had a shower like twice in. Well, I actually don't even know if Joel had a shower, because I think people actually pointed this out too. Like, I think the way you can tell if Joel's had a shower is actually like the fact that, like, in episode 3, when he had a shower at Ben and Frank's place, his hair was actually slicked back and nice and it looked great like that. But then in the last episode, I think he never had that hair, so then he just never took a shower. Like only both those times, like at Ben and Frank's place and in Jackson as well, and only Ellie ever took a shower. Clothes, I think you probably kind of still want to change your clothes and everything and stuff, and actually have like you want better shoes for different environments and everything, like especially like we saw with Joel's in the last episode, like they were peeling off and he was trying to use tape to keep them together and everything in the snow and stuff, and then Tommy actually brought him out like a new kind of improved pair. Yeah, and then the Victoria's Secret. No one ever took the Victoria's Secret, I think. Yeah, I mean, no one ever took any of the lingerie. So, I mean, again, you know, like, I think, you know, I mean, yeah, like, how often would you really get to, I think, like, because then, this is a new world where by nature people lose the ones they love, so then, if they were in Jackson, where the society has actually been kept up and people actually people actually feel a sense of normalcy again, then that wouldn't be the place. Like, if you actually take that lingerie and then you actually take it over to Jackson, then people there might be surprised that that's what you show up with and everything. But then if people there might be kind of surprised and maybe like even a little bit appreciative or something, like how many people would actually still have love in their lives and actually manage to maintain it to the same kind of amount and everything and to the same length that they used to. But then how many people would actually be kind of like interested in keeping things like interesting and spicy and everything. So I don't know, but it's like I don't know why like the lingerie actually still being there kind of like actually surprises me. But then it's like, you know what? I guess it kind of makes sense because then people kind of still have to prioritize it. Then even having someone in your life at all would be a blessing. But then actually kind of being able to actually kind of keep that up to that extent where you'd actually even have the time or the opportunity or even the mindset to actually discuss, you know, kind of lingerie or something, or any kink that you have would be a miracle, you know. I think I know I made the joke about like Joel and Tess actually using that too, but I mean I feel like they would. I feel like with them, I think that they have like the kind of I feel like they have the kind of relationship where it's like they would definitely have sex for pleasure and maybe even for stress release, but then Joel being the emotionally kind of like grief stricken and kind of slightly, he would just have all trouble admitting to Tess that he loves her, but then he would have no problem admitting to that he's attracted. I think people definitely, I think even with the game story too, I think people had no problems kind of theorizing and actually kind of like saying like, you know, like I'm willing to bet that Joel and Tess actually did like actually hook up like a fair number of times, and would have become like a more routine thing for them, and maybe they would have actually benefited from some exploration of different things. So who knows? But I think Joel and Tess actually kind of being in that kind of relationship at the very least actually is a common fan theory for people. So I feel like they would have definitely benefited from some lingerie. And I think, you know, Tess just seems like the ultimate fucking top. She seems like she was and arguably always will be the ultimate fucking the ultimate top and everything. So, you know, yeah, just, you know, like, again, lingerie in the apocalypse might not be a priority for everyone, but I feel like that's something that, like, Tess, I think it's also definitely something that Tess would actually kind of, mock kind of Joel with, like she would definitely tease him with it. She definitely bring it up and actually tease him with it, and actually tease him for allowing himself to kind of think, you know, unspoken thoughts and everything. So I don't know. It seems like something they'd be kind of willing to mess around with and everything. So I don't know. But just seeing it pop with this, and actually seeing them kind of like I'm unafraid to actually kind of show that kind of thing still being here and still being available and everything was interesting. So yeah, Luta's choices. So yeah. And I think similar to Bill and Ted, like Bill and not Bill and Ted, Bill and Frank. There's so many Bill and other kind of pairings in pop culture that I just keep getting those names mixed up. But no, Bill and Frank. So it's similar to Bill and Frank's relationship. I think this one, I think with their one, there was an innocence to it with like Frank's hobbies and like the strawberries, and both of them kind of growing to love each other and everything. So there was definitely that kind of innocence and humanity and loveliness to it. But then with that one, I think because they were two women, I think they also had like an element of like more kind of natural kind of maturity and more natural kind of like seniority to it, I guess, for like a better term. But then with this one, with Ellie and Riley actually being two teenagers, I think there's so much more like an actual like a more noticeable and more kind of apt kind of a childlike and more kind of like a youthfulness to it, like a more youthful innocence, and like them just kind of like actually breaking into them all, or not breaking in, because then it's where Riley's been staying, but then like Riley actually taking her out on like an actual date night, if you will, which you probably should, showing her like at least kind of 2 or 3 of the different wonders that she's actually prepared for Ellie as well, like the photo booth, the arcade, and there was like what else was there? It was like the actual carousel. Just trying to make it as best and as enjoyable of a night for Ellie as she possibly could, and treating her to that as well. So just kind of seeing that in action just felt so nice, and seeing them able to, like, even with me, like with my kind of anxiety kind of paced up from what little I actually do remember from the actual gameplay itself, actually like my kind of anxiety spiking with the volume and the lights. Because then my first thought was, okay, like if the lights and the volume and the noise of everything comes on, it's gonna draw in Bitten, and it's probably gonna, I think, since the way she kind of like talked about FEDRA having sealed it off later on, I think it did feel more like FEDRA sealed it off by word as opposed to actually by actions. Like telling people that they sealed it off would then probably kind of stop them from actually going near it, because then it would at least kind of put them under the awareness that the mall was an out of bounds kind of place and everything. So Riley also being posted there by the Fireflies. Like, I think she would know that it's not sealed off. So much as it is simply out of bounds and everything. So she can still take Ellie there and everything, and then she can still kind of scope the place out and see what's there that people would like and everything. And of course with new apartments having opened up and FEDRA having rewired the power grid, then the mall is also up and running too. So she can actually put the lights on and she have everything running and bring power and everything. But then of course, like with that, like the lights and noise, I think infected actually being there too. KC FEDRA simply shoved all the infected underground and then let them fester under there and actually kind of evolve into the bloater and everything. So it isn't completely implausible that FEDRA thinks that like they can simply solve the infected problem by actually kind of pushing them into one location and then boxing them there and then actually kind of stopping people from going there and actually kind of waking the infected up and turning them out from dormants again. So Bella, I think, definitely played Ellie's kind of feelings for Riley off so well. Like they definitely kind of played Ellie's kind of actual feelings of like conflict towards her for being in the Fireflies, but then conflict towards her like actually being so kind of hesitant and being so nervous and anxious and not even reluctant, because then she wants to do it, but then like her being so anxious and hesitant to actually kind of like admit how she actually feels about her and admit how she actually wants to be with her and everything in like more ways than just joining up with the Fireflies or having her come back to FEDRA or anything like that. So like those kind of like longing kind of looks full of yearning, and her actually kind of like feel like actually finally being able to breathe and be free and be happy and be herself with Riley, and Riley making sure that she actually can be that way in front of her and everything, just kind of felt so real and so natural, and just kind of like showcasing their kind of chemistry and their kind of relationship with each other. FEDRA and Fireflies be damned. Just felt so good to see. I think her just kind of being able to actually bring that storyline and bring that character kind of introduction and actually bring that kind of character arc to life and everything just felt so good to see and so beautiful to see, and it just felt so important to the story, as ever important to the story and everything. And us actually being able to actually see like a point in Ellie's life where she actually didn't have Joel and actually had to take point on her own life and actually felt kind of trapped between two worlds and actually had to make a choice, and actually then in the end she chose Riley. In the end she still actually manages to choose Riley and everything. So seeing that happen was really, really sweet and stuff. So I can't wait to see how they actually move forward with this now being a part of her history and this being a part of her character and everything. So it'll be very fun to see. It'll be very cool to see. And of course, they even had their first kiss together. Their first kiss. That took me away. And back and away again. Just, it was such a beautiful moment. And I think there were other times I thought it might happen because of the way that Ellie was actually looking at Riley. I thought actually it might happen at different times. But then I think even then, like, I think that build up to it made it all the more special and spectacular. But then when she finally stopped dancing and she took her mask off and everything, I think it felt like, yeah, it has to happen now. This is her chance, her moment. She feels it in the air, she feels it in her soul. She wants this to happen. She actually wants to, you know, like if that's going to be like one of her final moments with Riley, but before she leaves to Atlanta and everything, then she wants to make it worth it. She wants to make it happen. She wants to make it worth it. She wants to make it kind of meaningful and everything, which she did. And I think even her first kind of like her last was being like don't leave and everything, but before she kisses her, just it felt just like almost everything from the game. I think with the game it definitely kind of like more kind of faster paced and everything, like definitely kind of more in the moment and more kind of like a more kind of spontaneous thing that really kind of caught Riley off guard. But then I'm pretty sure in the game Riley actually kissed her back and everything. So with this one, it actually kind of felt like slightly more calmer and slightly more kind of like an actual kind of build up to realization, like her actually started dancing and then watching Ellie and then watching Riley dance and taking off her mask to actually kind of signal that to Riley and everything. Before shit went sideways. So I think with this one, it actually had a calmer kind of pace to it and everything, which actually kind of felt like all the more kind of more in the moment and more kind of processable and everything. So it was a lovely moment between them either way. It was a lovely moment. So yeah, And of course, as per the game's kind of story too, they were bitten together. They were bitten. I'm pretty sure in the game it was a horde. I'm pretty sure in the game, I think they were actually chased by a horde and stuff. But then with this one, it was just that one lone infected. But then with this one, like, because it was woven into the wall and there was cordyceps in the actual kind of environment and everything, I thought it might be a case of like, oh, this one wakes up, but then that wakes everyone else up too. Because I mean, they only ever explored it in the way that, like, if a non-infected human touches it, then it wakes up cordyceps and infected in like another place. But then I think it would have been maybe kind of cool to actually show that, like, cordyceps can maybe communicate with each other by actually kind of touching the roots themselves and using the fungi and everything. Because then if they made a kind of contact regardless wakes up the cordyceps, then I feel like that would make just as much sense. But with this one, it was only ever kind of one infected, but then both of them kind of being teenagers who have very, very minimal kind of combat experience against clickers and actually don't have as much experience actually killing them and everything. They actually kind of made, like, probably actually felt more fair to actually just have it as one, because if it was a horde, then that would have just been terrifying. But this just being one who managed to show up and everything definitely still put them to their paces and everything before Ellie finally managed to take it down with a knife to the head. So yeah, but then they both got bitten. So then we actually see where Ellie's kind of first bite came from that night with Riley, and then of course Riley also having like a bite on her hand and everything. So yeah, the first kiss and then the first bite. So yeah. And then, of course, their final moments, I think Ellie kind of, being angry and smashing the shit out of all the glass and the shelves and the cabinets and all that kind of stuff. And even, I can't help but love Riley kind of not only, like, actually supporting her girlfriend's actual outrage and her outburst, and being like, there's some more shit over there that you can break if you have that much more tension to release, so you can, come back to me fully calm and everything. Just pointing that out was really kind of fun. But then of course then comes the actual moment of solitude and silence and kind of peace between them, where they run through their options and they discover what comes next. And again, at this point, Ellie has no idea she's immune. She is fully. I think that is what makes this kind of story that much sadder too. And I think that's what makes this kind of loss that much more heartbreaking, because she has no expectation of surviving. She's not expecting to live through this at all. She's fully expecting, and she's fully based on the options that they actually cover too. Option 1 being the gun, and then option 2 being like, be poetic and lose our minds together and everything. So then yeah, I think Ellie then has no idea that she's actually going to lose Riley, and then that's going to be the biggest kind of first loss of her life and everything. So they covered it beautifully in this. I think they absolutely covered it beautifully in this. And I think again, don't know if they actually kind of showed us Riley actually dying in the game, but I think with this one, them leaving it open-ended, because I think again, especially like in a story like this, I think there's no necessity that you have to see each and every death that happens as it happens or anything. I think the mere fact that she's infected kind of shows you exactly where she's going and everything. And even all the past hints have actually led towards Riley simply being like an actual past figure who used to be in her life, but now she's gone and everything. And then actually using the story to actually cover who Riley was and what she meant to Ellie, and exactly how much her loss, her death kind of broke her and actually sent her down like a path of kind of cynicism and like actually being kind of slightly less kind of hopeful about love and connection, all that kind of stuff. It really worked because of that. I think with this one, it kind of really kind of cements that kind of start of Ellie's journey of actually kind of hoping and wanting to find someone like that, but then actually not fully knowing or believing that she really can. It's all the more kind of, I think, interesting to actually kind of look at like how youths and like how teenagers, how children, I think in this case teenagers, because they're both teenagers, like how they actually kind of react to the world around them in this way, like both of them kind of having the understandings that they do of how this new world works, how the Fireflies work, how FEDRA works, how like what they both fight for and what they're kind of individually fighting for, and actually and which cause they believe in more, but then also like how they react to each other, and how they react to each other kind of picking different paths and choosing like different kind of ways to go, and how they kind of react to like each other kind of like possibly not being able to be with each other or be around each other because of that. There's that much more kind of beauty in them kind of being able to actually sneak out and actually have this one moment, like have this one night to themselves without any restrictions, without any kind of like fear of detection, without any kind of like borders or boundaries around them or between them or anything, like but like both of them being able to enjoy each other and enjoy like the mall and enjoy all the kind of the wonders that Riley found, and actually being able to enjoy what like little like the world left around them actually has to offer them and everything after everything that's happened. So like I think that kind of display of them kind of still having fun and still being able to you know, like have like an actual kind of like a youth experience to them that actually kind of feels so much more kind of normal compared to what to what they have now. Just kind of seeing them being able to have fun and actually being able to be with each other and actually like exploring like the carousel and the arcade and actually like beating each other in Mortal Kombat, and then them taking photos and actually having the photo booth and everything, even like that one picture being the only one that actually came through clearly and everything, and just dancing along to music and just actually kind of being able to, I think it kind of makes you wonder like exactly how far Riley went to make sure that like this experience could actually be that much more peaceful and that much more kind of problem free and chaos free for Ellie as well, knowing exactly what this mall is and what's possibly down here and exactly why FEDRA kind of cordoned it off and everything, but then still kind of making sure that it's actually safe enough for Ellie to come down here and actually do what she wants to be able to do. I think that kind of it's so feel good in that sense, and it's so wholesome and lovely in that sense too. And even despite the ending being as tragic as it is, it still kind of makes you kind of like hopeful enough. Even after like a second watch too, it probably kind of makes you kind of feel kind of good enough to actually kind of hope for a different ending than the one you expect and everything. So just the way they covered that was absolutely on point. So. But yeah, I think for now that is pretty much all I've got. So yeah, then going forward now, we'll be moving on with Ellie kind of actually knowing this kind of this more kind of cemented kind of history piece on her and everything. So we'll move forward with her and that, and then moving forward with her taking care of Joel and actually kind of patching him up with the thread and actually hopefully finding some actual proper kind of first aid kind of kits and stuff wherever she can and everything. And of course, you know who is coming, so he's going to be a really, really fun kind of guy to meet and everything in his crew. So going forward, we'll just see exactly what the rest of the season actually has to offer us. But yeah, for now, that is pretty much all I've got, note-wise and even mentally and everything, so I'm probably going to take a while to actually recover from this shit as well. But yeah, that was The Last of Us Season 1, Episode 7, presumably Left Behind as well. So yeah, thank you guys as always so much for being here and for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then feel free to leave a like and comment on what you thought of the episode and what you think is coming up and next up in the season and everything. For those interested, the full-length reaction for this, as with all the rest of the episodes before this too, will be available over on Patreon, so you can go check that over there. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So until next time, bye bye for now.